Good evening, everyone. I am Dr. SWARUPA Mitra. I am an oncologist practicing in Delhi. Many times people have asked me what it is to be an oncologist. How does it feel to treat cancer patients, seeing their sufferings every day? Well, my answer is in today's topic, being an oncologist, how I evolved. I was a little girl studying in class 5 in a small school in the city of Jamshedpur. It was then, for the first time, I heard the word cancer. Not that it meant much to me, nor did I understand much. But every day in the neighborhood where I lived, at night, somebody would be groaning in pain. It disturbed me. Her pain, it hurt me. I was distressed. Later, I came to know that she was a girl of my age, maybe a little older than me, who was suffering from cancer of the bones. In those days, the treatment of cancer was not so developed. We did not have so much treatment for cancer or for pain. The memories of those nights gradually faded. Years passed, and after many years, I had become an oncologist. I was trained to treat patients suffering from cancer. I was very happy with myself. I had started my practice in early 2000s. I had worked in very reputed hospitals, initially on my own and later on my own practice. I was incredibly happy because I had achieved my dreams. I was very proud of myself because I was living the dream of my father, who could never become a doctor. A doctor to me was someone who was dedicated, who was knowledgeable, who was empathetic towards the patients, and who was clinically adept. And a proud myself, I thought I knew everything. I had all these qualities. But soon I came to know being a healer of cancer meant much more. I didn't know many things. I realized that it is very, very difficult to be an oncologist. It has a lot of emotional stress. Seeing cancer patients every day in the OPD in various stages with various symptoms, I can tell you it is very, very stressful. It is more difficult to break the bad news of being diagnosed with cancer to the patient and to the family. Initially, it took me a lot of emotional stress and a lot of emotional preparedness to break the news to my patients. The cancer word itself, even now, it is shrouded with nihilism, with pessimism, and there is a foreboding fear of impending death. It is still there. It has to go. Soon, in my 25 years of my practice later on, I evolved as I saw each of my patients. I evolved with each days of my experience. Meeting cancer patients, listening to their stories, listening to their experiences, imbibing those tales. Their tales mostly oscillated between pain and happiness, between hopelessness and hope, between fearlessness and being afraid, and failure and success. So among all these, I lost myself. There was a new me which came out, and I evolved. After that, each patient I saw, in fact, I lived 1,000 lives through my patients. Each of my patients was special to me. Each patient taught me something new and etched an impression within me. Each patient opened my eyes to a truth which I had never seen before. Let me give examples of 2 or 3 stories, that's all. I was sitting in the OPD. A woman came in, about 25 years old girl. She came with her parents. She was suffering from cancer of colon. It is very rare in that age. But even then, the family sat with me. With my discussions with them, I told them how it is to be treated, what are the outcomes expected. and how much time it is required. To my utter despair, the parents, they decided not to give any treatment to the daughter. I was aghast. I was appalled. How could that happen? Why not anybody ask the patient what she wanted? But I can tell you, this is what happens every time, be it in any category, in any economic or socioeconomic status of the family or the patient lives in. I looked at the patient's eyes. She had that longing to live. She had that yearning, that love for life. I felt sad, but I learned that day. I realized how beautiful life is. What a beautiful gift God has given us. We need to nurture it. We need to embrace it. We need to cultivate it and celebrate it. I evolved that day. There was another lady who came. She was also a very pretty young girl who was suffering from cancer of the cervix. This is a cancer which is very common in Indian and Asian women. She came all alone. She had a toxic and abusive husband. She had a small little girl, about 4 years old, who was always trailing behind her. She had no financial support, no support from family and friends. Yet, all alone, I saw her struggling to get funds from various sources to get herself treated. She wanted to live. She wanted to be treated. I was amazed. Not for a day did I see her sad. She always looked so happy, so bright. She wore the most brightest ever clothes that her limited means could afford for her. And she had the most charming smile on her lips. I asked myself, could I have done this if I were in her place? Honestly, probably never. But she taught me that life is worth fighting for. You may not have anybody with yourself as you fight your journey. But whatever it is, you should fight. Life is worth fighting for. I learned and I evolved. Another day, a day when I was just finishing my OPD, somebody caught my attention outside the OPD door. I saw a Hindu saint in saffron robe standing over there outside my OPD. Along with him was a lady who was about middle-aged and wearing humbly dressed in Indian attire. And there was another man who was wearing the skull cap, the Muslim skull cap, and the lungi, checkered blue lungi. I was very curious, but I decided not to express it. All the three of them, they walked in my OPD gingerly. They sat in front of me. And I came to know that the lady was suffering from rectal cancer, cancer of the rectum. The man with her in the skull cap was her husband. They had 4 children at home and lots of other responsibilities. And absolutely, the man was not able to come and spend time with her wife to get her treated. All through the long, grueling treatment of 10 months, I saw this saffron-clad sadhu along with her. He was along with her throughout the treatment. He was standing beside her when she was suffering from the pains of the chemotherapy. He was right beside her, taking care of all her needs as she was passing through the radiation and the surgery. Something touched my heart. I wondered how people are good, how many good people are there on this earth. They left, and one day they came back after about a year. The treatment was over. They were successful in the treatment. The lady was free of cancer. All three of them, they were gleeful. They were beaming with happiness. They came in my OPD to say goodbye. I was also very happy. And then I came to know this man in saffron, this sadhu, and the Muslim man in the skull cap. They were friends from childhood. They were friends from boyhood. I could not say anything. I had just witnessed a beautiful relationship. I had just witnessed a beautiful friendship which won over all differences in faith, in religion, differences in caste and in creed. I felt my eyes moist. I felt I was crying. But it was a crying of enjoyment, of happiness, of being able to witness something beautiful. I evolved. Today I know that life is beautiful. Today I know life is precious. But at the same time, it is uncertain. It is unpredictable. We do not know what tomorrow holds for us. No one person stays forever. No time is forever, be it good time or the bad time. What ultimately remains always, long after we have left this world, is the way we have touched someone's life. Only thing that remains forever on this earth is the way we have made difference in someone's life, be it with a helping hand, be it with a word of kindness, be it with a smiling face. So let us be that someone in someone's life, making a difference in someone's life and making life worthwhile. Thank you.